Good afternoon. Welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 229 of 2025. I'm continuing the story of Grab All, Lose All. Now, you might remember that the strong man, the constable, and that loan shark were on their way to the farmer's house. Now, he and his wife, they were celebrating Krishna's birthday. It was quite a celebration. Their children were involved as well. There was a beautiful ceremonial table set up. And there was a statue of Krishna, of course, as they were adorning with flowers of all kinds. Now, deep in their revelry, there was a knock on the door. The man went and opened it and saw there, in front of him, the loan shark, his strong men, and the constable. They barged their way in, disregarding that they just didn't care that there was a celebration going on. Of course, festivities stopped immediately. And the constable now looked the farmer in the eye and said, "Where did you get those jewels?" "Jewels," said the farmer. "The jewels that I sold to the jeweler?" "Yes, those jewels. We'd like to know where you got them, because the word is that you stole them from somewhere, and we'd like to know where they were procured. You're looking at some time in jail, sorry to say, and your wife and children in this land will all be taken, of course." The farmer said, "Please, I can explain." "Well, then you better get to it," said the constable. The strong man stood, of course, behind the constable, chest puffed out, arms looking big and strong. And the loan shark kind of stood off to the side, taking in the whole situation and wondering what was the truth in this whole matter. Well, the farmer said, "Look, I know you will not believe this, but that day that you came, I didn't know quite what to do. And I went out to this special tree that I sit on when I'm upset about things. And it gives me some solace. And it's the big oak tree that's there down by the river. And I was laying on its branches when suddenly it began to shake. And, well, it raised up into the air and began to fly across the countryside." Now, the constable and the strong man, they were like, "Come on." The strong men kind of were enjoying the story, but the constable didn't believe a word of it. Now, he'd been told a lot of, funny stories before, and this was not. This was about as unbelievable as any he had ever heard. The farmer went on, I can tell you don't believe me, but the truth is that it landed on a beach. I don't know exactly where it was. We'd traveled quite a ways, far beyond anything that was recognizable to me. And it landed on this beach. And there on the beach, I was afraid to get out of the branches, but there on the beach were jewels. And I'll stop the story there.